Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan, welcome back to the Forge. In today's episode of Trust Me I'm a Blacksmith, we're going to learn how to make these really cool little dragon heads as a starting place to do some figurative sculptures. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to isolate a piece of stock off. So this is the neck of our dragon, and this is going to be where the eyes are going to be. And I'm just going to put a set down in to start with. Now more often than not I think we do this the other way around, but I only want a little bit of material this side, so I'm doing it this way around to get the heavy forging done. So I'm not hanging on to this little tiny thing which is going to end up bending up. Just creating the stock to make the snout. I'm just going to turn this down a bit. And then I'm going to take this on to 45 and just notice how I'm working at an angle all the time. I'm trying to create an area that will make eye sockets slightly later on. Okay, I think most of the work's done now. In under there. This end can be whatever you want, a fire poker or a hook or whatever. I'm going to probably make this into a bottle opener to some people's dismay. I'll explain everything later. Okay, so the next job is just to start driving the back of the snout in. I'm just going to come, forge that down a bit. Okay, and the purpose of this is just to create a little bit of an upset, which I can turn into the nose. Okay, so I've reheated this. I'm going to just find that notch. I'm just going to grab the hammer and I'm just going to sort of stroke it down ever so slightly. I can start bringing the jaw in there, like so. Okay, right. And that's basically it. Now the snout and the eye sockets and everything, I suggest you keep this at about a cube. So if it's 20 mil or 3/4, you want to keep that somewhere in the region of 20 or 3/4. Whereas a snout, you'll find, the longer you go, the more interesting they get. So be creative when it comes to something like that. Okay, right, I'm going to start sticking this in the vise and trying to make it look more like a dragon. But there's a possibility that I might not be able to get stuff because of me being in the way, but I'm going to try my best, so please bear with me. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to lay everything out. So I'm just going to take a centre punch and mark the nostrils. 1, 2. There's no real measurements for something like this. I think this just comes down to your personal tastes and practice, but you can see that I'm just putting these nostrils in. When this gets hot again in a minute, you'll see these flare up quite nicely. Okay, so I've just got a chisel here, and just where the transition between the chin and the the end of the snout start is where I'm going to start carving in to make the mouth. I'm just using this chisel cold just to get started. But I'm just marking everything up. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so here we are again with a bit more heat in. So I'm just going to grab this centre punch and start flaring up these nostrils. Hopefully you can see that. Start flaring these nostrils out nicely. Just like so. I'm just going to grab this chisel again and start working in Draco's mouth there. Now this jig that I've got in the vise is something that I saw John over at Black Bear Forge using. It's great, it works really well. I definitely recommend it if you're going to do some carving. So animal sculpting, whatever you want to call it. Cool. Lovely job. Here, just where at the bottom of the eye, where the snout comes down and we put those 45s in, just going to pop a little eye socket in, just here. I'm just going to put a centre cut mark to start with, one there, and then one there. And that's going to give us a pair of eyes for a little dragon. So I've just taken out that little bed and just popped it to the side for 1 second so that I can get in here with this tool and really get the power down on these eye sockets here and start forging these up nicely. So that, now the problem I found with doing these like this is they're a bit one-sided with the camera in the way, so I might have to just move the camera and just go over these eye sockets a little bit more. But what we're going to start doing is we're going to start dishing these eyes out ever so slightly. Oh, and this is the tool that I'm using. It's just a ball-nosed punch, just there. One of the biggest issues I find with this vise is the fact that it's mounted to my fly press, and it does provide me with some intermittent problems from time to time. The fly press stand itself is pretty good. Cool, right, that's good. But move around a bit, and also I find it very hard to get access sometimes to stuff in the vise. Okay, right. Oh wow, that material there's split. I must be hitting it a bit cold. It's okay, doesn't matter. Just be a scar on my dragon's eye. Right, we'll get in there. Okay, I made a bit of a mistake there, and I'm very sorry. I didn't turn the camera on and I pulled these ears out. So basically to pull the ears out, I just took the chisel in sideways and worked it down so that these ears would appear. I'll show you again in a minute in a bit more detail. Now what I'm just going to do, just got this round fuller here, I'm just going to bring this up here between these eyes and start. Now I'm just having a bit of a play now. I made a few of these, and you will see the not so messed about one probably as a thumbnail of something, because I deleted the footage like an imbecile. Okay, so the bed's back in. Oh, I haven't set this up very well. Just going to try and grab him now. The side of the face. Now, one of the things that's happened where I put those eyes in is that he's bent over ever so slightly, so I'm just going to just use a slightly larger chisel. Oh, that's pulling that mouth out grand, lovely. Right. Okay. So I made my life a bit more difficult because I cut this off the parent stock so soon, and it's much easier to get the results that you want if you leave it on the stock. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just curling out a little segment of material which will create a tooth. Now I'm not very good at this, and I've had a few failures. And in fact, on the video that should have gone up, the tooth actually broke off, or one of them did. Okay, that's cool. I've got two there. They look pretty reasonable. I'm pretty rubbish at the teeth, to be honest with you. Definitely rounds the jaw up quite a lot, makes it look a lot more dragon-like. So I'm just going to pop this back in the fire and do the other side. Okay, so I'm on the other side now. I'm working on the opposite side. I'm just going to grab that like that. I hope that you can sort of see what I'm doing. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera where I can see the actual action in action. And again, I'm just going to come in. Get a little curl of material and start pushing that forwards and hopefully creating a tooth of some description. Yes, anyway, and the same on this side. Again, I'm going to start by getting in there, and then as I can see the piece of material coming up, I'm just going to shallow the chisel so it pushes the tooth out. Something like that. So I've got a couple of scuffs and stuff around the dragon that have come from the vise. Now I don't want to get a grinder on them, because the grinder could take off too much material accidentally. I'm just going to use a wire whip. Okay, so you can see that I've just run the wire brush over there and just taken out all the gouls and stuff. Just makes everything look a little bit better. There, you can see that. God, that's hot. Okay, I should have shown you before, really. Okay, I'm just going to do something with this other end and end the video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love this little guy, he's really cool. I've not made one out of 20 square before, and I managed to get a bit more detail in this one, and he looks quite ferocious, and the teeth came out really well. Unfortunately, I deleted all the footage from the hook, and I don't have this, drawing out the hook, and the 16mm was quite simple, but this is 20mm, and I thought this would be a bit easier and a bit quicker, and it was. But yeah, it's a great project, great place to start. They make really cool little bottle openers. Lovely little project. I really enjoy making these dragons. In fact, I'm really enjoying making a few of the little figurative pieces. No fire welding, like I said. Really simple little project. You can do this as a fire weld, so basically you fold it over, do the set down, and so on and so forth. And then you basically get a set of horns as a bonus as well. But I haven't done that. I tried to keep this as simple as possible. And I think I deleted, or I didn't video a few of the think processes that I did, and hopefully I covered them in the video. But if you have any questions, chuck them in the comments, let me know what you thought. Again, thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are a subscriber, make sure you ring that bell for notifications, because I make videos where I do all sorts of crazy things like this all the time. And yes, like I said, comments down below if I missed anything and you want some more information. Let me know what you think of the lovely little dragon heads. They are great. Hopefully there will have been some footage of the hook later on, because it's not here, it's at home. But anyway, that's everything. Thank you for joining me. I will leave a link up here to me making some horse head bottle openers and things and pokers and all sorts of stuff. I will leave a link down here to me making some skeleton skulls. This is my Patreon. That's a great way to support the channel, and this down here is the subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, guys. See you later. Bye bye.